Good morning. Welcome back to the Red Mic. Happy Monday. It is October 6th, 2025, and I'm glad you're here. Red Mic messages are leadership and life lessons picked up from 25 years as a public servant, 16 years as a youth football coach and scouting volunteer, and 10 years as a mediocre athlete with far more heart than actual physical ability. Today's Red Mic message to start off the week, the 18-minute myth and the truth behind it. A couple of days ago, I saw a video on probably Instagram, and it was this guy saying, the old trope, if you practice something 18 minutes a day, you'll be better than 95% of the people in a year. And I'd always heard that, the 100 hours, over the course of a year. It sounds great. It sounds simple. It sounds doable, almost scientific in the way that it's always presented. But it's more slogan than science, honestly. The rule of 100 hours of focused effort, 18 minutes a day, and it'll separate you from the pack. It's true and it's not. You have to be consistent. You have to be intentional. You have to be purposeful. It doesn't work because of the math. It works because of momentum. If you do a small thing every day, it keeps the skill alive in your brain and your muscles and your habits. Now, psychologists, thank you, Scooter. Psychologists call it distributed practice. Coaches honestly call it show up. When I coached, and honestly, my very first Red Mic, I said, you don't have to be great every day. You just have to be a little bit better every day. One extra rep with good form, one better play, one better technique, one better effort. Understanding a little bit deeper, a little bit harder focus. Other people are going to drift. Over a season, over a year, being a little bit better every day. And it doesn't matter how much, just that much better. And it adds up. That's sort of the whole idea behind the whole 100 hours a year. Because unfortunately, people will go hard for a little bit and then they'll stop or they'll slow down, where consistency is going to beat intensity every time. Most people fail not because they can't do it, but because they don't do it. History's made by those who show up. I've said that a million times. You've probably heard me say it. Weight loss. A lot of people fail because they might start strong and drop a few pounds, but they don't maintain the consistency. Beginning of 2021, weighed about 51 pounds more than I do right now. I've lost as much as 60. I've lost as little as 45. Right now, I'm sort of in that sweet spot between 50 and 55. And I sort of maintain that static. Would I like to lose another 15, 20 pounds? Yeah. Is it killing me that I haven't? No, but I'm staying consistent. Going to the gym, not as often as I probably should, but enough to maintain that window. I'm in there. And my blood pressure's better. My overall health is better. My my lung capacity is better. And how did we do that? We started off by just eating better, eating in a window, doing the intermittent fasting, going to the gym 3 to 5 times a week on average, alternating upper body, lower body weight workouts with consistent work on the treadmill, stair stepper, all of that, and then hitting the sauna and then hitting the showers. And it's worked for us. My wife is kicking tail and taking names. I've probably lost maybe a little bit more weight, but I had a lot more to lose. She's doing great. By the way, she gets home today and I'm really excited. She's been gone. So back to the Red Mic. Consistency is going to beat intensity. 18 minutes a day cuts through that. But again, you've got to be consistent with it. It's short enough to remove the excuse of, I don't have time, but it's long enough in the aggregate over that year to matter. But those minutes have to count. You can spend 18 minutes a day doing something wrong and get really good at just doing it wrong. You've got to be deliberate. You've got to be focused. You've got to be doing it right, the right way, the right time, every time. Focused effort, focused feedback, focused adjustment. If you played guitar 18 minutes a day, you would learn songs, you would learn muscle memory, and you'd be better than most people who never try. If you studied Spanish, and I probably ought to do that one. If you studied Spanish, you would reach solid conversation level. If you exercise, you're going to outpace anybody who's still on the couch. The exact percentage doesn't matter. It really does. What matters is that most people do zero. Zero learning, zero reflection, zero consistency. You don't beat 95% of the people by being perfect. You beat them by showing up and being consistent when they don't. So stop chasing the magic number. Start building steady habits. Whether it's leadership, fitness, faith, family, growth happens in minutes and consistency, not miracles. 18 minutes spent reading to your kid, stretching your body, learning something new. It's going to compound over time. You're going to get naturally better at it. You're going to get naturally more comfortable with it. It's going to become a habit. And it's not duration that matters again. It's devotion. It's showing up every day and doing it. It won't make you elite. You got to have, in order to be elite, you've got to have that little extra bit of innate talent. No one can tell me that if I practiced an hour a day, that eventually I'd be as good as Eddie Van Halen. I just don't believe it. I really don't. I think he had that little bit extra. But if I practice 18, 20, 25 minutes a day, eventually I would get better than most people. But you got to be consistent. You got to be purposeful. It'll make you uncommonly good. It'll be that extra little skill that you can throw out in an interview or at a party or in a coffee talk kind of situation. And in a world that rewards attention over discipline, uncommon, man, it's great. It's so rare. So be uncommon. Start by starting. How about that? Life, as I always say, is short. So is 18 minutes. That's today's Red Mike message. I hope you found it interesting. I hope you found it helpful. Give me a like, a follow, and a share. Increasingly, I've noticed that that is rare too. I would love for you to let other people know, hey, I've been listening to this guy. Red Mike Messages. His name's Patrick. I like him. It's short enough you can listen in traffic on your way to work or on your way home. Help a guy out. Click that share button. I'd appreciate it a whole lot. I'll see you again tomorrow. I love you guys. Go out there today, knock the cover off the ball. And don't forget, as always, life is short. Drink the bourbon.